Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm reading to you a program called Jupiter Retrograde Effect till November the 7th, 2021. And this is for you coming from Scorpio. Before I begin, here's my email. Send me this email and let's have a 90-minute session to know your next 9 years based on your date of birth, time of birth, and looking at your palms. And with that information, I will show you how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers once and for all, and how to reach that supernatural energy I call the soul that's already within you. How do we activate to it? We'll talk more about that later. Now, about the Jupiter retrograde. Its forming is happening in 2021, and the sun periods involved are Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and Libra, because according to astronomy, it's supposed to start on June the 22nd and end October to 23rd. But according to astrology and my calculations, I find that it really intensifies energy from the 19th of August and may drag on because of a leaking to the 7th of November this year. The calendar year 2021 is the basis of it all. And the planets of the calendar year are moving very fast. And when they move fast, they make everything go out of control for you. You coming from Scorpio. So you have to slow down. You have to worry about unexpected issues getting out of control. And take your time and think about things as much as you can. I'm going to give you the sun signs that are going to be badly affected, basically, in this Jupiter retrograde. And so, if you happen to be in the period of Cancer, born in the period of Cancer, the sun sign Cancer, or Leo, or Sagittarius, or Scorpio, or Aries, then you have to tell the people that you know they have to be ready for even good times, because many of these planets from these sun signs are going to be quite adaptable to these planets that are involved in the retrograde, apart from Jupiter. But if you happen to be or know people who are from Gemini, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, Libra, Aquarius, or Pisces, then you have to be especially tell them to be very, very careful, because they are going to be affected the most of all. In terms of planet movement, in 2021 during this retrograde, Mercury, Venus, and Uranus, and the planet Saturn are all humming together and creating a disorder. And here comes along a Jupiter retrograde. So it becomes difficult for countries to somehow stabilize whatever they have been used to. And even earthquakes or floods or all kinds of universal accidents can take place. Regarding the personal life that we have to be careful that a Jupiter retrograde can make us want to take charge of situations we cannot control. So you be careful of that. Let me narrow the field down for you. In the area of romance and marriage and family, you coming from Scorpio. Make sure that you control your temper, and make sure that your personal life and family life is kept in order and doesn't unnecessarily give trouble enough to break up. So Jupiter can do that against you. And also, you have to be careful that anything in job and business and financial areas, the superiors that you have, your managers and your bosses, they can easily turn against you as well. That's what the Jupiter retrograde will do. So you don't want to somehow go against your superiors. Harmonize with them. Try to work along with them during this Jupiter period. Regarding your health, I worry most for you regarding cholesterol levels, which may affect your liver and your heart. So you coming from Scorpio, be careful of these areas. And also, you may have trouble with your glands, which are the pancreas and the other glands, the thyroid as well. And where ladies are concerned, it would be the ovaries. Where men are concerned, it can be the prostate gland. This may be affected as well, including the thyroid gland. So be careful of these areas for you. And accidents are very possible during a Jupiter retrograde. So what you need to do is to slow down your progress and your thinking. That would be much, much better for you. I'm going to give you some sample ages. Ages are always very important. There'll be people of certain ages who will escape the worst of it, and people of certain ages who will attract the worst of it. So let's see. If you coming from Scorpio, if you happen to be the ages of 22 or 31 or 40 or 49 or 58 or 67 or 76 or even 85 or even 94, then you are going to have opportunities come your way during this Jupiter retrograde. Things will just fall from heaven into your lap, more to speak. And so you'll have the chance of doing well for yourself. So you see, ages do dominate things. I'm going to give you another sample of ages, which you have to be very careful if you have these ages. And if you happen to be the ages of 20 or 29 or 38 or 47 or 56 or 65 or 74 or 83 or 92, you have to really be very careful during the Jupiter retrograde. It can cause you a lot of strife, whether in business or job, whether in forms of accidents, or whether in just clashing with people who are your superiors, especially. So you be careful of things like that. Overall, the planet Jupiter will retrograde in a way where it rules countries as well. So countries are going to have a lot of problems where their planning is going to go haywire. So in whichever country you are, tell yourself that you need to really keep in harmony with your country in the sense to know how the government is managing it. Because most countries will be in a tumultuous state during the Jupiter retrograde. And of course, we talk of earthquakes, we talk of floods, we talk of such universal accidents can take place. So be aware that you don't want to expose yourself to any kind of such problems. Now, regarding the 90-minute session I have for you, yes, it will cost you USD $50 to know your next 9 years. Very quickly, I'll go through your next 9 years and I'll show you a lot of information how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers. And more than that, how to benefit from your lucky colors and lucky gemstones and lucky days and lucky directions, on and on with the energies. And best of all, how to connect with the soul that's already within you, to connect to it and be able to vitalize yourself with that energy, the soul energy, to get things perfectly right in your life and to be very special compared to other human beings. All that is very possible. So that's what we'll do in this 90-minute session. Yes, it's going to cost you USD $50. That's all. To know all this. I look forward to hearing from you one day. Until then, I wish you a good life. Thank you. Goodbye.